Assalamualaikum and hi. Welcome to our presentation. Our group project consists of 5 members. OSI layer. OSI stand for Open System Interconnection. It consists of 7 layers, which is physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, season layer, presentation layer and application layer. The data pass from application layer to physical layer in sender side, while data pass from physical layer to application layer in receiver side. Application layer. According to the project scenario, the student's computer is able to reach the ULEN system server, which is in the UTEM IT center, by using the link. Then, it will bring students to the login page where students need to key in the username and password before giving access to the website. This will generate raw data for the presentation layer to translate. Presentation layer. At the sender side, which is the student's computer, will receive the data from the application layer and perform encryption and compression to the data. It converts that data in such a format that can be sent over the network. At the receiver side, which is the ULEN system server, it receives the data from the transport layer and performs data translation, decryption and uncompressed data.
In session layer, when students want to access to ULEN system, the ULEN system server will try to authenticate who is the user and establish a session between them from the UTEM campus network. The file that the student want to get access to will be authorized and managed in this layer. Each requested file is in separated session. After student complete accessing to the ULEN system, the session established will be terminated. Next is transport layer. TCP was the protocol that being used when data was delivered. When the computer want to send data over TCP, it needs to establish a connection with the ULEN system server. Once the connection has been established, the data is sent to the transport layer. The data is separated into smaller units which are segmented through segmentation. These segments, which have their own source and destination port number, will be sent to the network layer.
Hello sir, it's me Kingsley and I'll be continuing the OSI layers. As you can see, we're in network layer now, where we will have another 2 more layers after this. Continuing, based on the situation, the student is using her modem to connect to the public network before being able to connect to the UTEM facilities. This layer allows connection from the student's computer to the server, where both have different networks. The router involved in this layer is the home router and the UTEM IT center. Next, data link layer. Once this layer receives packets from the network layer, it will perform encapsulation by adding source and destination MAC address into the packet header to form a frame. The MAC address is located in the network interface card, or in short, NIC, of the student's computer. Following this, the physical layer, or the last layer in this case. In this layer, physical characteristics of the interface and media, representation of bits, data rate, and synchronization of bits will be executed. The bit signals are transmitted as radio waves to the receiver, which is the ULEN system server, with wireless medium. That is it for the OSI layers. Now, subnetting calculation. As you can see, the IP address we've chosen is 192.168.2.0, and it's a class C type. How we know this is because our first octet. Following this, 2n more than equals to 9. Why 9? Because the UTEM center and 8 other faculties which make up the 9. So 2 power 4 is more than 9. As you know, it's 16. So that 4 will be used later to be added to the bits. So you can see the default and mask. I won't get too in depth. Yes, you can just look at the example that we've placed over here. Following this, so here is the range subnet numbers, the network IDs, the host ID range, and the broadcast ID. So this is all of the IP addresses that can be obtained based on IT centers and the faculties. At below, you can see the ULEarn system IP address will be 192.168.2.5. That's all for me. Thank you very much.
As you can see now on the screen, I will give an explanation regarding to the TCP IP configuration. For the first step, on your Windows, go to the bottom right corner and right click on your Wi-Fi or network logo, and then click on Network and Internet Settings. This will bring you to the second step. On the Network and Internet options, click Advanced option. After that, find a section that written More on Network Adapter option and click on it. The next step is you need to choose and click on the network you want to configure. In this case, I only have one network right now, so just click on it, then click on the Properties button. Now you need to find the word Internet Protocol version 4 TCP/IP on the Windows, and then click on it. Next, click the Properties button again. We are now at the last step of configuring the address. On the window, click a button that written Use the following IP address. And then you are good to go. You can change your IPv4 address manually by your own will.